Phoenix Down Radio is on the air. With your hosts,
Klauss Nightbringer,
Fair Kimono,
Chille,
and Luna Vox.
Welcome everybody to Phoenix Down Radio, episode number 91. How's everyone doing tonight?
I am doing okay.
That's the lovely voice of Chille. Hi, Chille.
Hey, man.
It's just
How are you?
I am doing fine, I guess. It's just going to be the two of us tonight. Sarah is off enjoying...
Just the two of us.
You
we
and
can
I.
record it if we try. Just the two of us.
And demonetized.
You and I.
Sarah's off enjoying Cirque du Soleil. Hope you're enjoying that. To everybody who's joining us here live at twitch.tv/Phoenix Down Radio, welcome. We appreciate you being here. We've had a quite busy weekend so far. This is the weekend of Japanese FanFest. We had the Keynote last night, and we just finished Live Letter 50. So lots to talk about. But first, Chille, what have you been up to this last 2 weeks?
O12S. Level up my Dragoon on Aether. I bought a Dragoon jump potion.
You're what's wrong with this game. Just kidding.
Yeah, I am. I don't care.
Because you're playing a Dragoon.
No,
No, I'm just kidding.
but because I'm thinking about joining Vegan Pete Static on Aether.
Okay.
On the Gilgamesh server. So I bought a Dragoon potion because Dragoon's always useful in statics because of their piercing debuff and their AoE buffs.
Yeah, and they have to make sure that the floor doesn't attack.
Yeah, and the floor is dangerous. I've learned that so far. I did the Ozma fight and I jumped off the side. It's like, I'll avoid that by jumping back. Oh, no, that's the floor.
And now you're dead. Way to go.
Yay.
Congratulations, Chille. You've won the internet.
Yay.
What
I
else is
knew
going
on? Just been stuff. I did stuff for Work to Game yesterday for the live. I did live reactions. I also answered some questions people had after the show. With Brian and
your
Rubicon
answer was
got
Lava
together.
Scorpion.
It was every answer, even if the answer made no sense to the question. Like, what's your favorite cheese, Ben? I'm like, Lava Scorpion. Lava Scorpion is my favorite cheese.
Lava Scorpion cheese. Let's make that a thing, folks.
It melts in your mouth.
And it melts your insides.
Just like Mama wanted.
Just like Mama used to make. Mama Lava Scorpion.
Mama Scorpion.
Oh, God damn it, Chille. Anything else fun?
Not really in the game. It's that I'm just waiting for the update next week.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
We've got a patch coming on Tuesday. A lot of excitement.
Yeah.
It's the end of the 4.x storyline.
Yep.
We're gonna figure out why we're going where we're going. We found that out last night in the keynote. Though I suppose what I can talk about what I've been up to. I've been doing a lot of farming in Eureka, trying to get my bard weapon taken care of, and I finished that.
Nice.
And
I've been helping Tim as well. Forgot about that.
Oh yeah, we did a little bit of that this week too. That was kind of fun.
Mm.
But Tim has been doing other things, so I haven't been able to help him as much now. But oh well, it is what it is. But anyway, I finished my Eureka weapon for my bard. I got 5 lines of stats on it, and they're all crit. My weapon has 745 crit.
Nice.
That's freaking insane.
As much as I want to say that's amazing, I don't know if it's actually better or not.
Well,
I mean, I would want it, but I don't know
for
because
bard. For bard, that is like
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been nice if I had a nice split of crit and direct hit.
Yeah.
But hey, you know what? I'm gonna take it. 5 lines of direct hit, or 5 lines of crit.
Chille hacks, Klauss hacks. Hey, my weapon's pretty decent as well, Glenn. I've got what? 325 crit, 200 direct hit, 200 and something determination, and 180 skill speed.
So that's like 100.
I think I
That's
had
like
about
800 and some stat out of 1,000.
yeah.
Yeah, I got 745 out of 1,000, but like I said, it's all crit. So
Yeah, that's crazy.
My
though.
crit is over 2,700. It's insane for a bard. That's insane. My DPS fairy is telling me I have high numbers. So.
By the way, I just checked. There is a maintenance tomorrow. I thought there would be.
Oh yeah. Starts at what? 10 o'clock.
2 a.m. my time to 10 a.m. It's 8 hours.
Okay. So the normal length one for a
Well, 8 hours. I think it's pretty long.
Well, I mean, we're talking about a major patch, so, and it's not technically tomorrow; it's technically Monday, so we will have
Monday for me.
Monday.
Yeah. Well, no, Tuesday for me actually.
Oh, that's right.
Technical Tuesday.
Whoa. But a little bit of show news to talk about before we get into our big topics of the week. We've gone ahead and set some new goals for our Extra Life campaign, thanks to the awesome community, namely Avi Ale and Scarlet.
From Sea Hills I Tank and Scarlet from Twitter.
Yes.
He's cool.
We decided that if we beat last year's goal of $1,025, I will stream Final Fantasy X2 in its entirety. And if we can hit $1,500, I will even sing the opening theme of the game. So if you want to support some kids and make me suffer by playing the worst game in Final Fantasy, make those donations.
Wait, you're playing 13?
No, 10-2.
You said the worst game though.
Yeah,
the
10-2.
Best game.
10-2 is the worst game.
But I thought you were saying 10-2, not 13-2. No, actually 13-2 is
13-2 is an amazing game. You shut your mouth.
13-2 was good. 13-3 was crap.
It's still better than 10-2.
It had a time limit, Klaus. How can you say it was better?
That made it better, so you had to deal with it less.
Oh yeah, that's how I like my games.
Yes.
I like my games better because I don't play it as much.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. In which case,
if you want to see me playing that on stream, let's get that goal hit, guys. Remember, it's for the kids.
And if you get even higher, if you go even further beyond, he'll sing the intro, which I've forgotten what song that is now.
Okay, that's good. Also, a reminder that Anime Detour is coming up this coming weekend, March 29th through the 31st in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I will actually be hosting my first ever panel Saturday morning at 10:30 a.m. In the Greenway BC room. And it's titled, So You Want to Be a Podcaster. And if you're going to be at Detour, I really hope to see you there. I even went so far as to make flyers to put up in the hotel so people can will come to my panel. I posted them up on Twitter last night. Old school gamers.
Do you know how the
understand
internet is?
What's that?
Do you know how the internet is?
Not yet, but like I said, worst case, I'll be able to stream it off my phone, hopefully. So my phone's 4G, so it should be enough to.
But what about data, though? I don't know about.
I have plenty of data.
Nice, because data over here is expensive.
I've got like 16 gigs a month, so.
That's correct. I only get like 2 gigs. And that cost me like $40. Well, maybe $40.
Dang.
Yeah. Yeah. If you want to, it's crazy.
Not fun. So, long story short, don't get data in the UK.
No.
All right.
Our base internet's fine though. You know, it's just our mobile.
All right. Yeah. So let's just jump into it right away, Chille. So Keynote. Am I alone in thinking that that Yoshida was just all over the place last night?
It really was.
Yeah, all of the.
It was just like, okay.
Yeah, he starts talking about one thing, then he goes into another thing, and he backtracks to something else, and then he goes on to another thing, and he backtracks again, and Then he goes forward some more, and then it's just there was no linear.
One would say he was going forward and back, and then forward and back.
And then forward and back, and then 1 foot forward.
And then 10 foot backwards again.
All the way back to the beginning.
All the way back.
But they did start by showing the full trailer. And that trailer was full of awesome. I will say that much. They have done an amazing job with the trailers for the last 2 expansions.
The soundtrack for this trailer is the best soundtrack.
I will agree with that because they put in some amazing songs.
I loved. I didn't mind Revolutions, and I didn't mind. What was the one for Heaven's Ward?
Dragon Song, it was Heaven's Word. I think it was called.
Yeah. You know, and Answers was, in my opinion, still better than this. But out of the expansions, this is the best. It's
really well done, and it's still got a lot of work to be done. It's not finalized, so Soken is still working on that. But it was they made huge changes when Heaven's Word came out. It was very much a showcase trailer. You get this, you get this, you get this, you get this. Now it's a very cinematic trailer. It's showing different parts of the story. Within different areas of the game. There's no linearity. It's just a big sizzle reel with some amazing stuff going on. And it was like, wow.
Like the monk blowing up the world. That was the best part.
Were we watching the same trailer?
No, don't you remember? They cut to the fire forest after the monk punched the statue. That shows that the monk exploded the world with its fists.
See, that's what they're calling a sizzle reel. It's not really happening. You're not going to actually cause that, Chille.
My monk will, okay?
In fact, you're not even going to get to fight the Kurubu.
Dead already. In fact, we already fought it.
Yeah, back in Lost City. Hard,
yeah,
right?
and then we got to play it.
And then we rode in its boot.
Remember you play as it in Palace of the Dead. You play as a Kurubo.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And then you get its boot. And you jump on on mushrooms. Oh, wait, wrong game.
They go, Yahoo!
Yahoo!
Wahoo!
Wrong game. But we saw a bunch of new things. We saw a bunch of fat cats, aka Fat Mikote.
Cactuses, big chunguses.
Big cat chungus, yes. We saw a Vieira dancer in the game.
I wonder if dancer got confirmed.
We saw
everyone waiting for this.
We saw a man with a crystal hand.
I think that might be the person from the main story already. You know, the cat.
Maybe
some of this, it looks a bit like him.
People are thinking, that it might be the guy from the Crystal Tower storyline.
Yeah,
and there's another Crystal Tower. What?
Oh my!
Another one? Huh? What do you mean another one? Well, because we learned that we're not on Heidelin.
No, we're not on Heidelin anymore, everyone.
We're going to the first. What do you mean we're going to the first?
Wait, did you say a Vieira dancer?
A Vieira dancer.
Maybe it was a Lalafell dancer.
No.
Just got confused.
Because Lalafells are a bunch of filthy beastmen.
Hey, spoilers.
I mean, what?
Spoilers.
I mean, yeah. But yes, it's confirmed. We're not going to Garlemald. We're not going to the New World.
That'll be 6.0.
We're not going to the moon. We're going to the first
7.
reflection.
7.0.
So we are going to a whole new world. I mean, we're going to a whole new shard.
Yep.
And it's called, the area we're going to is called Norvrant.
It'd be like, I get it, Kane.
Yep.
Yeah, Norvrant.
Now
That's
remember,
the new area, isn't it?
Yeah. Now remember that these are not parallel worlds that we're traveling to. You know, the shards are not parallel worlds. They are divergent shards. They were created over 10,000 years ago when Heidelin split Zodiark into 14. So,
to be honest, 10,000 years isn't really that long when you consider a normal, like,
We had a
I
whole
know it
ice,
sounds long to us.
we had a whole
but-
ice age and a bunch of advancements in humankind in 10,000 years.
Yeah, but for what was it before the shot? I don't know. It just feels weird. But
Yeah,
Grim. After 10,000 years, I'm free now.
Yeah,
it's
and-
time to conquer us. Yeah,
So we're fighting against Rita Repulsa.
make my Lalafell grow.
Ay 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 ay.
Give
But
me 5 horrors with attitude.
we are going to learn about the story behind the split, which is going to be really nice for all you
Yeah.
lore people. I'm sure Sarah's chomping at the bit to find out the actual circumstances behind what the cause of it was.
Elegance. I know that doesn't make
No,
sense, but
Asians.
elegance.
Asians. We're going to learn what beckoned the Warrior of Light to the first shard and what will become of the conflict between the Garlean Empire and Eorzea back on the source.
Asians.
And we're going to fight to restore darkness to this world that is overrun by light. That sounds weird, doesn't it?
We're gonna be the bad guys that are good guys.
The thing we have to remember, though, light and dark is not good and bad. That's the biggest thing that we have to realize is the warriors of darkness were not bad guys. They were representatives of the dark aspect of ether. And we are going to be trying to do the same by, instead of being the warriors of light pushing against the darkness on the source, we are going to then be a warrior of darkness trying to push back all the light that is overwhelming this particular shard, this particular reflection of Heidelin.
Warrior dankness.
And our upcoming patch on Tuesday is going to lead into the story of Shadowbringers.
Which I can't wait for.
Yes, I'm very excited for this. We've been waiting a very, very, very long time to get this final chapter of the Stormblood story on its way. So please look forward to that. Then they showed us some really interesting areas around this area is we're actually going to be in an area that's around another crystal tower. So yes, folks, on this shard, this different world is another crystal tower, just like we have back on Heidelin.
I have a theory on why they built it around it.
We'll talk about that at the end of this bit, because Grimhelm actually had a really interesting theory on that, and I want to talk about that.
Right.
But we're going to be starting in an area called Crystarium, which is around the crystal tower, around the base. And now what's cool about this is, for those of you who have been following Final Fantasy for a very long time, back in 2005, there was a tech demo that was shown off at E3, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Of a
Thanks to Dylan for linking me that when we were doing the Word to Game stuff.
Yeah, of a tech demo of an unnamed Final Fantasy MMO. Now, a lot of people thought, I recalled seeing this about the time that it was announced that 11 was announced for the Xbox.
Yeah.
So I thought that this was Juno from that at first. That's what I always thought it was, but apparently it's not. This was something they were developing in parallel on the side. And now they're reusing a lot of those assets, or they're taking inspiration from that. And it's kind of cool. In an interview we're going to be talking about in a little bit, Yoshida had mentioned that he thought people wouldn't quite catch on to it so quick. But we're smart. We're smart, Yoshi. We're smart.
We have nothing else to do.
Because we are nerds. But it's some good stuff. I think it's really cool that they're actually utilizing this. People are also saying that a lot of what they saw looked like 1.0 assets, like in the tavern at the very beginning of the game. Or in a lot of the concept art.
That looked like the artwork they used. Yeah.
If you're familiar with some of that early concept art of a bunch of
Well, you got to remember though,
adventurers.
this is the same universe, just split off.
Yeah, so
and
it's very possible
differently.
that it's just about to the point where 1.0 was about to get into. So,
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's further advanced in 1.0. But there'll be no Garlemald, so there'll be no
well, we don't know what they have yet. They haven't really explained completely what's there. I mean, there might be something
Well,
similar
they're
to
too
it.
busy
But
surviving. I don't think Garlemald will exist because of that. I feel like that's why it's just going to be like the 1.0 story. If Garlemald really didn't, there was no Project Meteor because it's already a crisis.
well,
There's no point trying to kill all the primals when the light is killing them for you.
we don't know how long they've been suffering with this light. Has it been maybe 10 years? Has it been 100 years? Has it been, how long have they been trying to push back the
Well,
light?
this is the only town left, so it's
No,
gone.
there's other towns, like the town of Yulmore, where all the fat cats are.
Yeah.
Did you forget about that one already?
Well, no, I think, but there's only like 2 or 3 big towns, and they're all around the same area.
Or what about the other town with a whole bunch of dwarves?
The dwarves. But I'm just saying they're all around the same location. It's not like they're going to be.
Well, yeah, Norvrand is one area of this shard. It's not we're not going around the entire planet. It's basically like a sub part of the whatever continent.
Well, yeah, because it's the only place that's left.
Yeah, but I mean, it's more than just like a small area. It's a decent sized chunk. It's probably maybe about the size of Vilbrand, if I had to guess. But it's actually in the Mordona area because the Crystal Tower is there. Is what we would call Mordona is basically where we're going to be going to. Yeah. Which makes sense because, Mordona was a player hub in 1.0 and 2.0. So why not make its counterpart on the first the hub in 5.0?
Yeah.
So anyway, we were talking a little about Yulmore. It's basically a town where everybody is rich and they are partying until the end of time. Until you run out of money, then they throw you out.
Yep, and you live in the slums underneath the sea.
Yes,
I hate to say it, but those slums look really detailed.
Yes, well, we're going to be spending time there too.
I'm going to say we're going to spend more time there than we are going to the rich. That's going to be a class war.
Franny J, thank you for that follow, by the way. Appreciate that, and hope you're enjoying your time here. So it's going to be interesting to see what the story is with that as well. Like I said, they just showed us these areas and a little bit of in-game content. They also pointed out that the bit where Thancred and Minfilia are running up the stairs is happening here.
Yeah, underneath the sea.
Yes. So why is there a winged lion beast thing beneath the city there?
Asians.
We'll have to find out. All right. Then they showed off a couple areas that are in the adjacent zone. They call Lakeland.
Which I think that's where we start, isn't it?
Yes, that's just outside of Crystarium, which is the town around the Crystal Tower. Crystarium. Where have you heard that name before? Final Fantasy 13. I mean, excuse me.
I don't know what that is.
It's your favorite game, Chille.
10-2.
So, what's really cool about this, like I said, Lakeland is basically what Mordona would be for us, minus the Agrius
Dragon
in the middle of Silvertear Lake, and no dead Midgard Sormer, and no Gloom, and a whole bunch of blue
there'll be
trees.
new weathers, though.
How about
they said there will be new types of weather, so...
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, how about all those blue trees?
They were prettier in concept art, I think, actually. They were more vibrant in the concept art. In the actual footage, they looked a bit dull.
They're a little purpley. I mean, they're still pretty, and I hope we get them for our houses.
Yeah, I do. Imagine how creepy that would be if you walk into someone's house and they've got, like, all this stuff, and then you... Yeah.
Yeah. Graham Helm saying that they're talking about the Crystarium in the dev stream right now. So, hey, we're just like them. We're talking about Crystarium. We're cool.
Yeah. Weird. They got our stripped.
Yeah. The people in the Lakeland area believe in a legend of darkness. Will say the legend of the Warrior of Darkness will save them from the light.
I will save them from the light.
No, Chille, you're just a damn dirty beastman. Go live in your hole. Rally ho.
I love my hole. Okay, I live in a hole in real life. It's the best.
Lally ho.
Lally or
And the other thing they pointed out is there actually is no nighttime, only the daytime. So our job,
we become the night.
we will be the terrors that bring back the night. And then they showed off some new dungeons that they have not yet named. And they talked a little bit more about the trust system, saying that we're going to be able to use the trusts like Thancred, Y'shtola, Urianger, and Minfilia to run these new dungeons.
I'm still not a fan of that
I'm
system.
disappointed by that.
Yeah.
I'm highly disappointed by that. I don't plan on using the trust system in new content. I want it to run old content.
Yeah.
I want it to be able to go back and farm for items that maybe people don't
I want
necessarily
it for leveling up, not for
new
doing
content.
the new content.
That seems
I
like
want
it's such
to play with actual players for that.
Yeah, it seems very backwards. I plan on spending Shadowbringer early access with friends, running through the content, enjoying the story that way. I am not going to spend it doing new content or using trusts.
Yeah.
And besides, Duty Finder is going to be there for that if we need it.
Yeah.
People are going to be running these things.
And Party Finder and Shout, because I'm sure people and Link and 3 companies.
But not everybody's going to want to go and run, say, think of a random dungeon that might have something that I want, like something that has a cool
great
minion.
Google library.
Yeah, maybe they won't have run.
I want to say
Google
that because I had such a horrible experience recently there.
Or there are Vale.
I don't think even the trust. You'll load it in with the trust, and the trust will just leave.
Yeah, they'll be like, "Screw this! I'm not dealing with this shit. Disband."
Yeah, we're like, well, the trust is like, we'll take the 30-minute wait.
Yes, I would laugh if that actually happened. But so they showed us that. Like I said, we'll have to see what comes of it. But I don't know. I guess they're trying to make sure that new players who may not be have a ton of friends or may not be comfortable with other people, they have a way to get through the storyline and basically make it like a single player experience.
Now you should be used to it.
But I'm talking brand new people. They get into the game, they buy their jump potions, they get up there and they run.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna guess like Vegan Pete said from She Hills this week that there's probably gonna be a new jump potion to 70.
Oh, more than likely. I mean, if
especially
you notice,
as the previous jump
right
potions
now.
Especially as previous jump potions are called Jump Potion 1 when you use them.
Yeah, and they're on sale right now. So if you need to get your characters up in preparation, now's a good time to do it.
Just like Chille did.
Yes, because Chille is a whore of the Mog Station, says Klauss, who bought the Aerith minion because Aerith.
Look, I've spent so much more money on that than you, mainly because I give it all away.
You like spend half of your salary on Mog Station. So Chille paid for the light data center. Thank him, guys. Thank Chille for ruining EU's Duty Finder.
Hey, I don't play on EU, so it's fine. You're welcome. Look, I got Balmung away. You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you for that. Well, actually, Balmung didn't bother us here on Primal, so.
No. Okay. Nothing wrong with Balmung. Everyone's just jealous because they want to be on Balmung.
# delete Balmung. I'm kidding.
# I wish I was on Balmung.
Yeah, we can't get on Balmung.
Nobody can.
I mean, I do have a character on an Aether server, so I'll be able to go to Balmung if it's available to jump to. But it won't be.
Depends on if you're... depends on what data set. Remember, because Balmung's moving to the new ones.
That's right. I have a character on Diablos, so.
Okay. I don't know if that's one of them.
It is. So. Diablos is moving over to Crystal.
Yay.
Home of
I have one on Diablos as well because of Stage Reborn.
Yep. Okay. Continuing on. The other thing that he then jumped into was talking a little bit more about the restoration of the Holy See or Ishgard. And again, there was no confirmation of Ishgard housing. It's just been strongly suggested that it's possibly going to lead to it sometime.
I don't know though, because did you hear? He said he's seen it already. He's seen it finished.
He's seen Ishgard finished.
Yeah.
He hasn't seen Ishgard housing.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying this because people are all upset at other things that didn't happen in this keynote. I don't want people to be just flipping their shit because there's not going to be Ishgard housing. So I'm just
I've told everyone that it won't happen.
It won't be happening anytime soon. I bet we won't. If it happens, we're not going to see it for a year.
Oh, I've always said it's going to be 5.4.
Yeah,
5.4 or 5.5.
Yeah, at least a year from now. No, I know they're not flipping
before the expansion.
Yeah, they're not flipping their shit over that.
Not this one. I mean next.
They're flipping their shit over stuff like this. The new job was announced. Dancer. Dancer's not a healer, folks.
It's a caster.
No, it's not a caster. It's a ranged physical. Yeah, it's a tank. Dancer tank confirmed. And they switched Gunblade to full support.
Range DPS.
Full support.
Range support.
Range support.
Yeah.
No, Dancer is basically...
I think it says support like shooting people in the head.
Yes. That's very supporting of your party. Killing people with headshots.
Yeah.
Headshot. Humiliation. But, yeah. Everybody... I mean, okay. Dancer was always technically a ranged DPS in previous games. In 11, it had a lot of support abilities, and in many cases was used as a main healer. I mean, hell, even Red Mage was used as a main healer, for crying out loud.
Okay, I'm going to call this now. Because... Okay. It won't be a healer. We know that, because it's a raised DPS. Mm-hmm. But I feel like it's going to have a healing dance.
It'll be some sort of regen dance? Yeah. I have
just
a
like how Bards will have its TP dance. Well, MP dance.
What do you mean?
Well,
there is no more TP. Remember that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if it's you'll have your MP dance or whatever it'll be.
You just gave me an amazing thought. What? The TP stuff is going to turn into regen.
No, I feel like you're going to be focused on restoring the MP/TP. And then the dancer will have the regen dance.
I think that we're all going to have similar ones. I think Machinist is going to get their TP one switched to a regen. Bard's TP is going to get switched to regen. And Dancer's going to come in and have an MP dance and a regen dance.
Yeah. Drain Samba and Aspire Samba.
Yeah. Something along those lines.
Yeah.
Army Payon. Or no, wait, that's us. What are some of the other dances?
Haste Samba.
Oh, Haste would be amazing, but we're not getting it.
Well, it might.
Unless
won't be.
They would have to give it to Bard and Machinist as well.
Well, yeah, you got 10 levels, so makes sense. You get new abilities.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible we could get something like that, but who knows?
But I don't. Like how Astrologian has the skill speed card. It'll be like, instead of actual haste, it'll be like, gives you a little bit of increased skill speed.
Skill speed boof? Boof?
Yeah.
Boof? Yeah. It's a boof.
By the way, if I get any of these right, like I've got quite a few things right in the back pass, I do not work for Square Enix, okay? I just want to confirm this one.
He's actually the source of all these leaks.
I logged into my free company yesterday, and everyone was like, "So Chille, can you leak the FanFest?" I'm like, how am I supposed to know? And then the stupid thing said, I expect Dancer to be not like where everyone expects. I wish I'd not said that. Because they're like, oh my god, I'm like, no, I didn't. I just had the feeling.
Yeah. So the weapons they have, they're going to be throwing weapons. The ones they showed are chakram. It hasn't been confirmed if that's going to be their only weapon, but...
No, it's not their only weapon.
Generally, you only get one kind of weapon.
It's not their only weapon. They talked about it during the live there. Well, not live there, I mean, what we're talking about now.
Keynote.
They mentioned that they could use kunai, shurikens, other throwing types of weapon designs.
So this is going to be the first job that's going to actually have different weapons available.
Yeah, because that's why they've given it not a chakra, but a throwing weapon.
Okay. So its AF weapon is chakram.
Yes, AF. Most of its weapons is going to be chakram, but they've done it so that way they're not limited. So you might get fans or something like that in the future, maybe.
Ooh, that would be cool. I would glamour the hell out of fans if I play Dancer.
Yeah. Again, I'm throwing fans out as an idea.
Yep.
But
And it starts in Limsa.
yeah, level 60.
No, Kane, you cannot have a
Tentative.
Hrothgar dancer that throws dwarves. I mean, lalas. Speaking of dwarves, I mean, lalas. We have a new beast tribe that they talked about. The dwarves. Who are
Yay!
lalas. And I'm not kidding.
And I'm sad.
Dwarves are lalas in the first.
At North American FanFest, I can't remember who was I sat next to. Can't remember who I was sat next to at the time, but I said, yeah, because they announced dwarves. Then they didn't show anything about them. They announced that the dwarves, the pixies, and other thing. Yeah, the other beast, because there's 3 beast tribes. In fact, we haven't seen the 3rd beast tribe yet. Interesting. I said, oh, I really do hope they don't make the dwarves just reskin Lalafels with beards on them.
And they are.
That's what they are.
They
I
have
mean, they're
beards and
different
they
to
have
Lalafels,
helmets.
really. They're not Lalafels, the dwarves, but I mean, come on. They're just reskin Lalafels with beards on them.
No, they are lalafels. There are no lalafels. They're dwarves.
Yeah, but that's what I said, the dwarves. They're not.
And they're not one of the cultured races. No. They are wild heathens. And they should be eradicated.
Men. They're manly men that live in mountains and mine for rocks and stuff. Even the women are manly men. All of them are manly.
They even have their own tiny towns.
Which
that only Lalafell can get into.
This will be the only beast tribe I care about.
And this is why I wish we still had the Ring of Fire.
We fell into the burning ring of fire.
Anyway, moving on before we get another strike against us.
Oh yeah, because I'm really good at my singing.
Speaking of, they also had stated that all the other races have different names on the first chart as well. Hure are Humes, similar to like in 11. Yeah. Elvan are elves. There's elves.
Yay.
Straight up elves.
I hope they name one of the elves Legolas.
Lalafell are dwarves. Mikote are Mistel.
I kind of like Mistel more than Mikote.
Yep. Rogadin are Galgant. And the Ora are Drawn.
I know we're going to talk about them earlier, but...
Wait, I said Elvan, didn't I? I meant Elizan. Didn't I?
Yeah,
don't I?
Yeah.
Elvan was the 11 version.
11.
So Elizan are elves.
Yeah.
So yeah, too many names.
But what about the other race?
We'll talk about that when we get there. He hasn't talked about it yet. We're going in order, mostly.
Oh, yeah.
Then they talk about what we're going to be fighting on the first. You know, similar to where we see a lot of Void Scent on Hydaelyn that are coming from the Void, like from the 13th. We're going to be fighting similar enemies that are highly bathed in light aspect of energy, called Sin Eaters.
The Sin Eaters.
And they have...
We're going to the 7 deadly sins.
No, we're going to Spira and we're going to fight Sin.
Yes.
And we're going to play Blitzball. No.
Well, he did have a jacket with a Blitz ball on it. I was really hoping that was a Blitzball tease.
And we're going to be fighting their boss in the story called Innocence.
Which will be a trial.
Yes.
They confirmed that on the website.
It's a trial, not a primal.
Yeah.
We haven't heard anything about primals.
Well, I thought what you call it's a primal.
Titania?
Titania.
No, she is also... I think that's also going to be a trial.
Okay.
Or something. I don't know, because... I'd have to go back and look how they worded it.
I don't know. I can't. It sounded like new. I think it's just a new trial.
In game parlance, primals and trials are used interchangeably, realistically. But lore-wise, they have very different connotations.
Yeah, so trials are just like really epic fights, while primal is a beast that's been summoned
by a beast tribe.
Yeah. Maybe, well, it doesn't have to be a beast tribe. It just has to be...
Generally, it is... summoned by a beast tribe. Though I mean, there have been a few cases like Tsukiyomi, like
and
Shiva, that were summoned by the people.
It's basically just prayer and enough aether.
Yeah. And then they gave us just a tease. I mean, just the tiniest little tease of what the 8-man high-end raid is going to be. It's going to be a Sprout.
Guys, we're going to go fight the Novice Network.
Yes, we're fighting a Sprout. Because the Novice Network needs to be beaten down. Senseless. It's terrible. No. It's called Eden.
I mean, I don't know if it's going to be just Final Fantasy 8, but I feel there's going to be some. I think there's going to be some Final Fantasy 7. I mean, look at all these angels.
Well, Eden comes from is in 2 different Final Fantasy games. It's in 8 and it's in 13.
And 13. By the way, the 13 one has an item that drops that's the Lion Heart. In Eden.
But yeah, with that, it's... So we're not sure if we're... Though, I mean, we've got Gunbreaker, which is an 8-style job.
Yeah.
And
to be honest, it looks like the area after 8 when it ultimately it's done the time compression.
Yep. So, I mean, who knows what we're going to be getting. They didn't really show anything. The only thing they said is that it's going to be created partially by the guest creator, Tetsuya Nomura. For those of you guys who don't know, he was in charge of Kingdom Hearts that just was released. He is in charge of the Final Fantasy VII remake, as well as he worked on Final Fantasy VIII.
Yeah. So so more references to 8 then.
Yes, so that's why I'm thinking that it's going to be somewhat
I think it's
8-based. I mean, we're speculating here.
I feel like I don't know why, but I feel like if there's going to be any trial ever, this might be where we see a Sephiroth.
No.
Yeah, I feel like so.
No, on the moon.
I feel like
on the moon. I don't know. And then they also
I mean, he is considered the one-winged angel.
But what does that have to do with Eden?
Because he wants to.
I would love to see them pull in Ultimecia's castle as well, Grimhelm.
Yeah.
Have Ultimecia be one of the bosses or something. Like maybe the first tier boss.
Grim said it's a different shard who says saying it could be literally be a summon.
We don't know what it is exactly. So then they showed an NPC named Gaia.
Yeah.
Who's wielding a big ass hammer.
By the way, Nomura was wrong. There is hammers in the game. It's called Sexy Nero. Yeah.
And blacksmiths and goldsmiths and armorers.
Yeah.
So it's an armorer trial, people.
No, we all get to play as Nero. We all get to cosplay Nero. It's the trial we've always.
What are you talking about? I already do. I've got the sexy glasses on.
Nero glamour's confirmed.
But I mean, we don't have a playable battle class that uses hammers right now. But what potential jobs use hammers?
White mage.
We already have white mage, and they don't use hammers; they use canes.
They could add, but Kane's right here. How can they use Kane if he's in our chat?
Because Kane likes to be used.
Silly Klauss.
I mean, but what other jobs in the past have used hammers that maybe do some healing? Like maybe a
calculator.
Yes, because they smash math in your head. That's not the answer. Smash. Now you're healed. Geomancers.
I don't know. Can you tell me?
Geomancers.
Oh yeah, cleric. Yeah, a geomancer as well.
Well, cleric isn't a Final Fantasy job though, really. But yeah, in Final Fantasy, in some games, the Geomancer has used hammers. So maybe it leaves it open for a class.
Well, we've already
got
got so many teasers for Geomancer.
Yeah, I mean, it's been mentioned in the Astrologian quest
We have a
lines. It was
dungeon.
mentioned in the one dungeon that we had to go through to get the
It's
box.
it's a dungeon dedicated to a geomancer.
Yes. It's an amazing dungeon as well.
Yeah. But didn't have geomancers in it, really.
Yeah, it did.
Because they had the little bells. They went ding,
Ding.
ding dong.
Yeah, those
Yeah, I did the
these bells-
24-man raid. Supposedly.
Yeah.
I don't remember those, Kane.
All right. And then they showed off Bunny Boys. Just kidding. We all wanted Bunny Boys.
In our dreams.
We got Thundercats.
Thunder disappointments.
We got the Hrothgar. A male-only race. So we have female bunnies and male cats. Not cat boys.
Bad square.
Cat men. These are
You're a bad square. A very bad square.
cat daddies.
Cat daddy. Meow.
They both have unique customizable features. I believe neither one of them are going to be able to wear headgear to start with because they didn't want to have to
Grim said, I'm going to get a swimsuit on a Thundercat and pose above all the salt. There's no such level high enough, Grim.
No. They will also have two different options, two different clans like all the other races have. And they also have other names on the first shard. The Vieira are called the Vis, and Hrothgar are called Ronso.
Ronso.
Ronso? What's a Ronso?
Go play Final Fantasy 10 too to find out.
Or 10, because 10 is the best of those. And then
You can make a Kamari, Kane. You can make
yes,
Kamari.
you can make Kamari. They showed a Kamari.
No, the only problem with their Kamari was his horn wasn't broken.
That's
Wasn't Kamari's
true.
horn broken?
Kamari before his broken horn. Or Kamari with a horn prosthesis.
Yeah.
Now, here's where I'm going to get into that little bit I was kind of teasing earlier. Our friend Grimhelm was hanging out with us during the keynote last night, and they had an amazing thought regarding the reason that there's a crystal tower on not only the source, but on the first.
Yeah.
He thinks every shard has a crystal tower. Even though it was not there when the shards were split and created 10,000 plus years ago, he thinks every civilization ended up creating one because that was the destiny of it. And that's what is allowing us to travel between the shards.
That's cool.
If you think about it, it's already kind of an idea in place because how do we get to the world of darkness, aka the 13th shard? Through the Crystal Tower.
Yeah.
So I think we are going to go back to the Crystal Tower, and we are going to use that to get to the first.
I also feel like the Crystal Tower has been used a different way in that shard.
Oh, yeah. It's no longer like a giant power point or power port.
No, I think it is a giant power port now.
Where is it pulling power from?
Well, remember, the problem right now is there's too much light. And that's why everything's being killed off because, it's the light is just killing everything. I feel like the Crystal Tower is being used to absorb some of the light and then power in the city. And that's what is trying to, is what is keeping the town safe.
Is saved. Interesting.
Yeah.
That's an interesting thought. So it's absorbing the light energy and converting it into usable power for the people around there.
But of course, there's a limit on how much you'll be able to absorb times.
Which
and
is why
eventually
it's
the light's
still
going to get
creeping
strong
in
enough.
slowly and why the Sin Eaters are still a thing.
Yeah.
That's an interesting thought, Chille. I like it. Thinking outside the box there. You got moxie, kid. All right, so that was basically the keynote from last night. There were some interesting things in it, but like I said, Yoshi was all over the place.
Yep.
Grimhelm saying now we're going to use it to dump light into the void and darkness into the new realm. Well,
I don't know if they'll do that.
The void already has no ether left, so I don't think that's
There's nothing
possible.
left in the void, so
The 13th is gone. It's nothing left.
Yeah.
Go back and listen to episode 90 if you want more information on that.
I don't know what we're going to do with it. I think we're just going to, yeah.
All right. So then, just about 2.5 hours ago, we had Live Letter 50.
Oh, it was the most exciting thing I've ever seen.
And we got a timeline from now to 5.0. So starting Tuesday, March 26th, patch 4.56. As we know, this closes out the main scenario, gives us the final Hildebrand for the patch, or for the expansion, and we get the Stormblood Beast Tribe quests finale. So we get to see that Makote boy in his leopard print Speedo again. Maybe
I'll actually do the Beast Tribes.
No, you won't.
I heard the rumor that we get Namazu out.
What's
if that's the case, I'm doing it.
Yes.
Yes. What's all
right. Tuesday, April 2nd, they confirmed is the EU data center upgrade. They are adding in data center light. That's gonna be...
By the way, this isn't news.
No, but we're just getting the entire timeline from now until Shadowbringers.
Also remember there'll be a 24-hour maintenance during that.
Yep, and there'll be free world transfers.
NA will be down as well for a bit.
Not for this though.
Yeah, NA will have some maintenance as well.
So it's just a scheduled maintenance day.
Yeah, it's not 24 hours for NA though. I can't remember. I'm gonna have to check. It's a short amount of time for NA.
All right.
I think it's just to make sure that the servers all boot up okay.
Yep. New information. A confirmed date for the Final Fantasy XIV and Final Fantasy XV collaboration, A Nocturne for Heroes. That is coming.
Was I talking about this with you just before?
Tuesday, April 16th.
Yep. But just before this podcast, wasn't I talking to you about that? Do you before this?
Yep, Chille's hacking the SE servers again.
I went forward in time.
And then back.
So I could tell you that it has hairstyles, equipment, and 4-person mount.
Well, you can also go back in time and watch the VOD and see that Yoshi said that.
Yeah. And he has an armor set. It has Noctis's armor set as well, and weapons. I want to see the weapons. I bet they're cool.
I want to get the entire Armiger set.
It's probably going to be that.
Well, actually, if you saw the video promotion for this, you saw that it was all of the 2.0 relic weapons.
I don't know if we're getting that or if it's Noctis, because Noctis is using
Noctis is getting those. That's what he's using for Armiger.
Yeah, we're probably stealing his Armiger weapons and he has to take our relic.
There you go. He can have it. It's just a scrub level 50 weapon. We don't need it. Now when I have 745 crit on mine. And then, like I said, April 23rd, they confirmed that is going to be patch 4.57, which brings us World Visit, as well as the new NA data center crystal.
And that's
a 24-hour maintenance for NA and probably a short maintenance for the other data centers.
EU.
And JP, I would bet. And then for the following 2-week period after that, NA players will get free world transfers. There's small cooldowns. If you transfer a character from one world to another, you cannot move it for 3 days unless that is a preferred world in which you can't move it for 90 days. So just be aware of that. Don't accidentally transfer the wrong character to a preferred world because it's going to be stuck there for a while and you have to pay to transfer it back. Mid-May, they announced patch 4.58 with various fixes and stuff and things, tweaks and quality of life adjustments until we get to Friday, June 28th, which is the start of early access.
I don't know why they I don't see the point in early access because nearly everyone that's going to be buying this is going to pre-order.
Yeah, and we're all going to finish the storyline before it officially opens anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, I did it for Heaven's Word, finished it. I got damn near finishing it for Stormblood. I would have finished it if it weren't for Raubon Extreme. And then
See, I got through Rob and fine.
And then the follow-up to Pippin Savage.
Pippin took a little bit of help on me, but it wasn't that bad. See, unlike my friends, I tried it a few, and then I went off and did some Fates. And then I tried it a few.
Yeah, that's basically what I did.
Fates and optional. Fates and optional stuff, sorry.
Yep. Level up a little bit so you're ready. You can fly through the trial when you finally got in.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people leveled up crafters and gatherers.
Yeah.
Made lots of gil while they were waiting to get in. So hopefully they learned their lesson and we'll have plenty more instance servers available, or they just won't have instance stuff right away at the fucking beginning of a fucking expansion. Sorry for all the fucks, but
they've done that multiple times as well. They did it Heaven's Ward as well.
Not right away though. Not like within 5 quests.
It was pretty close though.
No, because the first thing I thought we had to do was wasn't it Dusk Vigil was the first thing we had to do? Or one of
the first things, yeah. No, Dusk Vigil was optional, wasn't it?
Yeah, you're right. I guess it was optional. But we did it anyway because it was good leveling.
Yeah.
And we needed it to get to fly in Corthus Western. Yeah. So anyway, that's here nor there. Moving on. July 2nd is going to be official release. So just a few days after early access, it's officially released. And sometime between April 23rd and July 2nd, we will be getting the benchmark. They didn't give us a date yet. But that benchmark will have Viera and Hrothgar character creation. So if you want to make your bunny girls or your cat men and see what they look like, or
I remember you'll be able to probably save them for the full release as well.
Yes, so you'll be able to create your character, save it. You'll be able to import that into the client once it's ready to go. And if you're ready to Fantasia, you're done.
Also, by the way, when 4.57 launches, remember that's when the housing demo start again.
Oh yes, it was 4.57 that they just recently announced that. So, if you haven't yet, go check your house if you have one. Reset the timer if you really want to keep it. Otherwise, you know what? Just leave it alone. And then in April 23rd, your house will go away and people who need it can have it. So you got 1 month. Yeah. This is your 1 month warning, people.
Make sure you visit.
And that was the end of the game related part of the live letter. I think we took longer to go through that than they did.
We sure did.
I really do think, no, it's about the same, 12 minutes.
It felt longer.
And then we got about 40 minutes with Oda-san, Banri Oda, the world lore creator and main scenario lead quest writer. He is the man who created the lore. He is the lore.
I am the lore.
I didn't realize he was so young looking.
He looked like he was 12.
He looked like Mob.
He did.
From Mob Psycho. He's totally Mob. And now you're never going to be able to unsee it. You're welcome.
You're welcome, friends.
So he, as the lead MSQ writer and lore creator, he comes up with the ideas, but it's up to his team to flesh them out, and then he will go back and look them over and approve it. So he doesn't write everything. He gives the base idea, and then he has his minions do all the hard work.
Yeah.
He says he gets a lot of his MSQ inspiration and stories from reading. He reads a lot, and he reads a lot of different types of books. I wonder if he has his own library. Actually, he does. I remember hearing a story that he actually had to have his floors reinforced because of the number of books that he has.
Wow. Are you sure it's not Sarah we're talking about?
No, I think Sayre wants to have that many books, but he just works at a library, so he has them there. Oda-san
true.
owns that many books.
It's cheaper.
It is, and they pay him to work there.
Yeah.
He also said that Ninja Yoshida is the worst. He gave a story
Yeah,
about...
because he has like a shoes that sort of...
Yeah, he usually wears boots at work, so you can hear him coming up, but sometimes he'll wear sneakers or something that's quieter, and they'll sneak up on you, and he's like, crap, don't do that! That was hilarious. He also doesn't want to give his favorite character because he doesn't want to play favorites. But he says he really enjoyed creating the Alphino RP instance. You guys remember that from the Burn, right?
Nope.
You don't remember playing as Alphino in the Burn when the ship crashed?
Oh, you mean... Oh, okay. Yeah.
Before we actually got the Burn as a dungeon?
Yeah. As Alpha Node. That's why I didn't remember it.
Oh, you just kind of... Did you have somebody do it for you?
I blacked out.
And you skipped the cutscenes?
Yeah.
Sarah's rolling.
No, I don't skip. No. I never skip main story cutscenes.
You just ignore them.
Well, I ignore anything Alphino says. The sentence go, oh my god, we found him, and then someone talks for a little bit, and then they start talking again. I'm like, but where did that rest of that sentence go?
Now, what happens when Alphino ends up being the one who saves us on the first shard?
Well, it's an alternate universe. The only way for him to actually be useful.
No, that's the only way for Minfilia to be useful.
Huh?
Minfilia. Who doesn't have boobs anymore? She just has really bright blue eyes. And then there was a bunch of...
Those are beautiful eyes, by the way.
Yeah. I'm not going to go through all of the questions that they posed. He went through 20 questions and answers. Some of them were kind of boring. Like one of them was, when are all the NPCs' birthdays? I want to celebrate my waifu's birthday. And we were all like, no. And he was like, no. Are you guys serious? Are you really serious right now?
The Yoshi P's like, they wanted to know. I found that funny.
Yeah. I think he thought it was funny that we wanted to know too.
Yeah.
One thing that was interesting, if the Asians resurrect Zodiac, how bad will it be for Heidelin? He says he can't say exactly, but the definition of bad depends on whose perspective it is.
Yeah.
World's already been split into 14, so that's pretty bad, and it's pretty unstable already. So,
yeah.
Short answer, it depends.
I liked when they were talking about how they did the camera system for Namazu.
Yeah.
And they're like, maybe we'll try and do it into Mahjong. And I was like, oh, that's Pete's. That's the update for Pete.
And everybody in the chat was like, fuck Mahjong. Well, everybody in chat was fuck everything, but oh my God, was chat salty tonight.
It's going to be salty forever now.
Yeah. They talked a little about Eureka. Somebody asked, the truth about Eureka was pretty surprising. Did you have this planned out a long time ago? They said introducing the Isle of Val in Heavensward was planned, but it was kind of all ad-libbed. A lot of the ideas came from Yoshida, and it was actually leftover material that they couldn't use in 5.0.
Oh.
So they used it in here, and they made up the storylines as they could, and tried to tie up as many loose ends as they could for legacy players. But it wasn't perfect, and yeah. So this is what we got. Somebody asked them to lore-splain the Duty Finder, and I loved this answer. You don't lore-splain the Duty Finder. It's a fucking game.
Hey, I can lore. I've always had my own lore. Do you want to know what my lore for it is?
What's your lore for it?
That it's mental training.
Mental? You're dreaming it?
You're really experiencing it in your mind.
So it's VR.
Not VR, but you're imagining you've done it. You're picturing it in your mind, like mental training.
Or I think it should be a VR simulator.
Elegance.
It's elegance. But no, the fact that he said you don't lore-splain it. It's a game. It's a mechanic in the game. You can't lore explain that.
I feel like my lore explain is good enough.
Yeah, I know, but I just thought that
Right,
was funny. That came from them. The other thing that I liked was Yoshida in an interview had said that the Ora rub their horns together as a sign of affection. He made it up, but he wanted to know if this was true, and it had not been confirmed before tonight. But as of tonight, it's been confirmed that yes, that is true.
Auras welcome each other with affection by touching tips. Confirmed. Huh? Auras. I mean, that's one of the least disgusting things they do if you look into the lore of them, okay?
I'm sure you were really interested in this question, Chille. In Heaven's Word, Estinian says his blood is more than half dragon blood. Is it really? Is that why he was able to destroy the cannons at the castrum all by himself? Because we all know that Estinian is your favorite character.
Oh, yay, Estinian questions. I remember this one. I didn't ignore this bit. Oh, yay.
And he said, no, it's not true. He doesn't actually have dragon blood. It's tiger blood. No, just kidding. It's actually all of the ether that he absorbed from Nidhogg's eyes that's now kind of taking effect in his body that's causing him to have this kind of super strength and these abilities.
Yeah, he's got blood of the dragon. He's got our job ability. Well done. You leveled up. Congratulations.
Ba 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 ba
Ba. Wait, isn't Blood of the Dragon the level 60 move? Congratulations, you're finally level 60 in Stormblood. Yay.
Well, he's stronger than most of the Dragoons in the game.
No, because he doesn't know how to floor tank.
True. Damn it, Chille, you got me.
Jeez.
What does a young Rogadin look like? Oda-san and FoxClan both play Rose, and they want to know what young Rose look like. But they keep getting overlooked for let's make a young Makote. Okay, so they make a young Makote. Oh, now's the time to make a young Ro? No. Let's make a young Aura. Okay, so we'll make a young Aura. And on and on and on. They just kind of get overlooked.
Oh, when
every
the
time.
young Lalafell.
It's a potato. But anyway. Let's see what else.
The might of the Imperial Army is in display in Gimli Dark. Why didn't the Warriors of Light get their asses handed to them? Why haven't the Galleons been able to take over Eurasia? Well, if you look at the other trailers, we'll also see dragons who can jump ridiculously high, black mages that can cast crazy spells, and monks that can blow up the planet because monks are the best. Normal humans can't jump that high. Eurasians are powerful in their own way. Galleons have Magitech, but they can't use magic. Eurasians have Realm Flush with Aether. It's magic versus technology.
So yeah, technology doesn't beat magic, bitches.
Yeah.
That's why Harry Potter always wins.
You're a wizard, Harry.
You're a wizard, Harry. And that was most of the Q&A with Oda. I thought it was cute. It was interesting. Yeah. And while Luna has appeared. Hi, Luna.
Hey.
Let's see. And then there was
a couple... God, no, Luna, you come at the wrong time, but okay.
There's never a wrong time to come.
Oh, my. Well, there is, if it's early. I mean, I know.
Okay, then there was some announcements. A new arrangement album is coming out. Journeys. It's scheduled to be released on June 19th.
Wait, Journey? Oh my God. This is the crossover I was looking forward to.
Don't Stop Believing, Chille.
Don't Stop Primals. We're gonna summon them primals.
So it's $40. I believe they said the pre-order is either now or very, 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 very soon.
Then I saw it came with music and not a minion, so I decided I don't.
2 in-game orchestrion roles. I will probably be getting this because I love the music.
It doesn't have a minion, so I'll ignore it.
No, it doesn't have to have a minion. I just like the music is its own thing. So, they also announced that Xenos is going to be in Dissidia. They get to play it right now at FanFest.
Yeah, it's soon on PC. It's soon in the arcade.
The arcades get it on Tuesday.
Anyway. And we're going to get it on the 11th.
On PC and PS4.
Now, can I mention the next bit?
Yeah. It was basically the last 40 minutes, and it was mostly a waste of time. mostly.
Hey, we're gonna get a Daddy of Light movie.
Daddy.
June 21st.
Yeah, they're actually filming it right now.
Yeah. So that's crazy. That's a crazy turnaround though. June
It is.
21st if it's filmed now.
It absolutely is.
If I'm rightly though, the actor of the dad was actually friends with the person who passed. Yeah, the actor that passed away.
Yep, the one who played the father on the Netflix show.
Yeah. I'm gonna guess that Dad of Light movie will eventually come to Netflix in Europe and North America.
I hope so.
I don't think it'll be straight away, but they've got the license of a lot. You remember like the Bleach movie, and they've got that One Piece live action they're making. So I wouldn't be surprised if Daddy of Light doesn't jump ship later.
I really hope that we do get it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think that the fact that they're continuing to tell this story and they're giving it a movie, I think that's great.
And it's going to follow the source material more. So
what I don't like is that they wasted, the time of people who spent $150 or whatever the yen equivalent was to get this commercial.
Yeah,
that is where I think it didn't deserve to be put in the live letter. It should have been its own announcement.
Oh no, I'll disagree with you there. I feel like the live letter, considering how important it is, and after what happened, with the actor, this was the perfect time to do it. But I don't think it needed 40 minutes. 10 minutes. I feel like 10 minutes would have been the sweet spot.
I thought it was cool that they actually brought out the actors who are playing the two main characters. That was neat. But like I say, it didn't need...
The sweet spot would have been 10 minutes. Introducing it, playing the trailer, have the actors come out, talk a little bit. Because they started talking about how much they love, how they play Fantasy 15 Comrades.
Yep, and play 14 and other Final Fantasy games. I mean, they're big fans of the series. But I really don't think that this was the place for it. If they wanted to do something like this, they should have made its own announcement. Or, they could have made it a whole another thing. But it should not have been in the live letter. Good.
No, live letter is used for promoting a lot of stuff, like the big concerts, this is the perfect. The end is always when they do that stuff because that's the product placement. But 40 minutes was too much. 10 minutes, no issues.
Yeah, I mean, Rory is saying yes. This is the JP venue, and this was JP content for JP FanFest. But the live letter is really not just the live letter and the keynote were not just JP content. Just like the NA one was not just NA content. Just like the EU one was not just EU content. Those are for the entire player base.
Because they always try and focus the content in those FanFests for the region that they're in. So, and the Japanese did enjoy that section because there were people clapping. Hell, there was more people cheering for that than there was Dancer and the new race. So, I feel like they hit the market that they were going for, but they gave it too much time.
Yeah, I think it would have been better served as a separate thing. If they wanted to do it at FanFest, cool, but like do it during the Japanese bits, not during the middle of the 50th live letter. It was, like I said, overall, I thought it was actually lackluster.
Yeah, FanFest is not just about the market. Yeah, you're right, Roy. It's about celebrating the game, and Daddy of Light is a celebration of the fans that enjoy the game because it's a series about that. So it's about a fan that had experiences. What is the better place than FanFest?
Naoki's room. A panel dedicated to, projects outside of the game. Live letters are generally about the state of the game as we're getting it right now.
But we always end the live letters with with announcements of concerts
that don't take 40 minutes.
That's what I said. If it'd been 10 minutes, I don't see the issue. But
No, but like I said, I mean, if they had done a
Yeah.
10-minute one, I would have been okay with it. But if they, like I said,
Yeah.
if they wanted to do this long production, should have put it
Oh, yeah.
somewhere else. That's what I'm saying.
or they should have just extended the live letter. You know, I've had a 2-hour live letter, but have the last 40 minutes be this.
Like I said, that's just my personal opinion on it.
Because we've had extended live letters, but the second half is just interviews.
Yeah. But, usually we don't have only 12 minutes of content for a live letter. And they're not kidding. They joked about it. Well, that was 12 minutes.
Well, no, it wasn't even just that. There's like, half his beat's completed. He's like, really, half? They're like, yeah. It was like 3 minutes in.
It was bad.
It was the worst.
It wasn't a great live letter.
But at the same time, there really wasn't much they could talk about. So,
I mean, we could
and they
have gotten
couldn't
maybe
really
a
not
little
have a
bit.
live letter.
We could have gotten a little bit of information as to where the story is taking us.
Not really, because the patch is in 2 days, and they don't want to spoil anything for the patch because.
Well, we've gotten
2 days.
spoiler-free information on it in the past, haven't we?
Not when it's just a story. This is literally going to be
Yeah, you're right.
story
It is
content.
just a little story. We're not actually getting a dungeon in this bit. You got me, Chille. You got me. All right, and then you had linked me before the live letter. You linked me an interview that had been done yesterday by gamer.ne.jp. This is
I think I found that on Reddit, by the way.
So thank you, Reddit. You salty haven of saltiness.
But still, thank you.
Great community, by the way.
Love.
It's fully in Japanese, so forgive me.
Thank you, English.
This is a complete Google translation. This is a machine translation, so it's very...
Some of it was funny.
Oh, God. We're not going to go through the entire bit of it, but we're going to go through some of the select bits that we thought were kind of interesting or funny.
Okay.
So let's talk...
The dance has been announced as a new job. What is its main status? As Yoshi said, Dex, because it's a ranged DPS.
Yep, it's like I said, it's basically just like Bard and Machinist, so it's going to be a Dex-based class.
But then 4 jobs include Ninja. Becomes Dex, do you consider moving ninjas to another category? But it said, please wait for the announcements in the middle of May. It's difficult to understand that the Battle Sim is only one system change. You're operating for 6 years after. Please wait till May.
So it's very possible.
That'd be funny, because this would be the 3rd time that Ninja changed stats if it changes. Changing is a little bit.
Dex to strength back to Dex.
No, remember when it started off on. It always was Dex, but remember the first set of Ninja gear was on Monk gear.
And then that's right, Monk gear had both strength and Dex, didn't it?
Yeah, and then they added Ninja gear, so it'd be funny if it goes back to Monk.
Well, actually, couldn't they also wear
Bard
gear?
Yeah.
I want to say they could wear Bard gear as well, because I remember rolling against ninjas in the Crystal Tower stuff.
Yeah.
And especially when I was raiding the accessories.
Well, yeah, the accessories, but the first few, Dex was just Bard, was.
Yep, it was just Ninja. Bard because there was no Machinist yet.
Yeah.
So they talked then about the appearance of the town of Crystarium. They call it Crystarium. Appeared in the image, but I felt it was similar to an image that was presented at a tech demo. And he goes, I didn't think you guys would catch that so fast.
Yeah, we did, but you'd notice that it looked like our tech demo from 2005, which was called Project Titan, if I'm rightly.
Was it?
Something like that, yeah. It was using the same engine as Versus 13. The Crystal engine.
Which is now 15.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah. Which we're going to get in 14.
They say since Gunbreaker, which is the tank, was announced first, many who think that a healer is next. Why is the reason you went with a ranged DPS for Dancer?
I will answer this.
You want to answer it?
Yeah. Remember, direct assault to me if need be. It was decided early to add a tank. They thought odd that the number of jobs for a main tank. They thought that the roles for a main tank and off tank were badly balanced. And when they thought about trying to add a healer, they had trouble working out how to balance a fourth healer. So they decided that because ranged DPS only has 2 ranged. Because remember, physical and magical range, they're classed as 2 different job types.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they're both ranged, they're actually 2 different.
Because one's based on dex and the other one's based on int.
Yep. So they decided that Dancer should be a ranged DPS to balance out the 3-3-3.
And it's funny, we were just talking about that. Was it the last episode? As to what would they bring in if they were to bring in a ranged DPS? Nobody even thought that they would make a dancer.
No. We all suggested there'd be a ranged DPS soon because the fact that balanced.
It is the one that needs one because there was just Bard and Machinist for the longest time. Yeah. But like I said, I'm okay with the fact that Dancer is a DPS. I guess I really was hoping that we would still get an announcement in the future in a different live letter that there will be a healer, and it's going to be something like that wields a hammer. But
that Minfilia is probably
but this answer kind of negates that. But again, Yoshida has not always, been 100%.
They said it's a hard time balancing. That just means
it doesn't mean it's impossible.
No.
And maybe they will be balancing 4.
Yeah. Well, no, I feel like they're going to get 3 balance for this, but we're going to get a 4th one in. I'm calling that we're going to get a healer and a magic caster in 6.0.
If they were to do something like that,
because that will then make the healer caster
2 healers in a tank.
Because we've got the tank at 4 jobs. We've got the melee DPS at 4 jobs. So if they add a healer and caster, that would make them 4 jobs.
Aren't there already 4 casters right now?
No, you got red mage, summoner,
black mage. Blue mage
doesn't count. It's an independent job. So
then what's going to be the 4th ranged?
Who knows?
Physical.
Because we'll get those 2. They'll boost those up to 4. And then I don't know how they're going to do ranged eventually. So, because they've said they'll never do 3 jobs. So.
No, they never said never.
Well, they said they don't think they'll ever do 3 jobs.
Just like they said they'll never do another job mid-patch,
Yeah. Well, it's still not the same as they've done a job mid-patch, but they didn't have to balance it.
Yeah, and we'll get those still. I mean, we're going to get Puppet Master. We're going to get Beastmaster. I mean, those have been all but confirmed for down the road.
I'm just saying that the reason why they could do Blue Mage mid-patch is because they didn't have to worry about the balance. The balance is what causes them to have so much stress.
Which means they didn't have to worry about finishing it.
It's because they didn't redraw on Astrologian. They should have used Royal Road to get rid of the crappy cards. So...
All right, so is this completely different design from Final Fantasy XI Dancer? And Yoshi says, I'm making it so that you can feel the taste of successive generations in technical names and effects. However, since it is ideal to create a game experience unique to 14, it looks similar, but it's not exactly the same.
It's going to have Drain Samba and Aspire Samba and Haste Samba and the Asuna Waltz. Because remember, Bart already has Asuna.
Yeah.
So.
Does Machinist have one like that?
No, but I'm guessing they'll add it.
They probably will. They'll probably get like a clean shot or something like that.
Yeah. But to be fair, Machinist might even have something different. They might just give it to Bard and Dancer. So we'll see.
Machinist has things that Bard doesn't have, so
yeah,
it makes sense. They don't have to be identical, but they're gonna, like I said, what they do with the tanks, they're trying to do with all the other classes too. They're trying to give them some sort of balance and parity.
Yeah. but at the same time, still make them feel a bit unique. So
Exactly. I mean, so they have their unique flair and flavor.
yeah.
And
That's
thank
why
you,
I still
Odd
think there's
Radar,
gonna
for
be.
that follow.
Oh, thank you for the follow.
Sorry, you were saying?
As I said, I still think they're going to get it sooner, but it'll look different because of the fact it's a dance.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be
You
cool if it was
tap
like
your feet.
an AoE Isuna?
Oh.
That would
No,
actually
because
be
then
really
healers
nice.
will. No. Unless healers get an AoE sooner, they don't really have them yet.
But it's
so...
going to be on a 5-minute cooldown.
Well, no, because. No.
It's like it's an oh shit button. For like when everybody gets paralyzed.
That'd be cool. But I feel like healers should get an AoE sooner because scholars technically do. Because you can have the fairy use. I can't remember what ability the fairy has, but there's one where it does AoE sooner.
Okay.
So it'd be nice for Astrologian and
Fey
Scholar to get
Wind
the same.
or something like
Astrologian
that?
and White Mage.
Whispering Dawn.
So I thought the Whispering Dawn. I don't
I don't
know. I'm
know.
not a scholar.
You can tell.
I just know
I
it
don't
has
scholar.
it.
I don't scholar. And then he talks. The dancer seems to have a similar motion for males and females. Do you think that will divide them? And same motion, but gender issues are very difficult issues. The reason why the dancers dance is also rooted in their job quest and is made referencing the folklore of the world. Gender does not matter.
Gender does not matter. So you can be a sexy male dancer and go.
You can be a Hrothgar dancer and shake your tail and.
You can be a Lalafell dancer. You can dance if you want.
You can do the mashed potato.
Monster Mash.
And do the monster mash.
Monster Mash.
So
it was announced that Tetsu Nomura will be in charge of the high difficulty raid. So expect it to come out 4 months late and have lots of belts.
Greenleaf Savage.
Greenleaf Savage. It's the Greenleaf Savage.
And the charm of the character is drawn by Tetsu-san.
Thanks, Avi from Shields, I think.
Setting, think through the character and the view of the world are really geniuses. So the essence is not included in Final Fantasy Online. What the hell is this saying?
I don't know. This translation is the worst. But the essence is not included in 5 Online.
Okay,
so as I was creating the new raid, I was able to request and accepted the last.
He wanted to bring Nomura's charm into the raid. And
I think that the younger generation's fans are familiar from when seen from the customers. So I wanted to get interested in them. I'm looking forward to seeing the monsters that are being drawn now, as they will surely be chilly ugly. That's like 10 ugly.
Oh dear. Machine translation.
I will accept it the last summer.
So Yoshida says that Nomura draws ugly creatures confirmed.
Well, to be fair, you saw the sins.
But those weren't done by Nomura.
They felt like Nomura-ish, though.
They might have been done by some of the people who did some of the things in Kingdom Hearts, maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Garden of Hope Eden. Does it relate to the 5.0 story? I think that the raid that set the stage in the first world is the basis this time, and it'll be a raid that can feel the basic part of Final Fantasy. Gimmick also has something to surprise you, so please look forward to it. Hey, at least it translated, please look forward to it, okay?
So there's a weather on the first called Light of Light.
Light of Light.
In the process of chasing an existing main quest is an area capture type where you go back to the next area while getting the night back.
Pokemon, gotta capture the light. It's
Capture
a
the
Jigglypuff
dark.
from above.
We will be repainting darkness.
Oh god, it's it's that Mickey Mouse game that we're playing now. Remember the where you had the little paint tail? Ah, good times.
Okay, so the
The first world will be set this time, but can you travel back and forth with the original world? The warriors are made possible by the warriors confirmed.
Yes, we're all warriors with
dark,
overpower.
However, in the Dark Warrior Edition, Shadowbringers Dark Warrior Edition, Patch 3.4, the warriors of the original light who came from the first world site came to the primal world by giving up their lives. But there is something that can be done without it doing. So you can not do it with the simple overpower. Please rest assured there's no such thing as Hacker-san, I will die once. Once you go there, you'll be able to use the telepo.
You use the telephone.
The
I'd like to phone
telepo.
a friend. Minfilia, why am I here?
It's going to be the Crystal Tower.
Yeah, there's going to be some sort of way to teleport back and forth. I think it's because we have the Echo. The Warriors of Darkness did not have Echo.
No. I thought they did.
They did not require the Echo.
I think I thought they... even if they didn't have access to what we've got right now.
No, from what I understand, like I said, I could be wrong, but from what I understand, the Warriors of Light from the first shard did not have Echo. Because there was so much light there, they were able to overpower any of the dark elements there because there was just so much light. But now that there's too much light, they need to fight back, and that's why they went Warriors of Darkness and then blah, 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 yakety schmackety.
But I thought when they got to our world, they had, because they were kind of like Ascians, and Ascians have the Echo.
No, they gave up their lives on the first in order to get to the source.
Yeah. I feel like they did have a version, not complete Echo.
Maybe
but I feel
Sarah
like
will explain it to us better next episode.
Maybe when Sarah's back, we'll find out.
Yes.
Do you use Gil for telepo? I think that is the maintenance cost of the transfer network. I think in the oh god, I've got a hiccup.
So basically,
arrogant tombstone. There's no
arrogant tombstones.
It has dropped in a convincing form.
So it's a non-answer.
Yeah, but there's no Arrog Empire, so there's no arrogant tombstones.
No Aragorn, son of Arathorn. I thought they were asking Yoshi if he actually uses Gil for teleporting.
Do you use Gil for teleporting?
No, I'm the producer. I have God mode. I can go wherever I want.
No, he just has a limit of those tickets.
Yes. It defaults
regarding you to erase the Rosgal. She said that you want to put more Beastmen in. I think there is a essence of MMO to have people play under various values, and I wanted to focus not on beauties, also on other parts. Beauties. It has reached the limit of adding new races as the current patch speed, and I decided to add it after worrying that there would only be one more. Although the new race is characterized by in their head in both of the two races, what happens to your head equipment? It does not appear. Instead, I was able to implement that part of new game phase with the rule of Final Fantasy 14 so far. Since it makes no sense to create a new kind of looks this time, it is decided that the helmet does not have to be covered. And no matter what helmet is equipped, it will not be reflected in graphics, and only the cover type system is supported by reshuffling. I don't know what that means.
Well, basically, like we speculated, Ronso, Hrothgar, and Vieira will not have visible headpieces. So,
but what does cover type system by reshuffling mean?
They're all going to be astrologians.
They're all paladins.
They're covering the astrologians.
They're doing the truffle shuffle. How about glasses? Glasses are not reflected. I think that there's a part that can be dealt with a little by little in the future, but cannot be done. Basically, you can't wear glasses and be cool.
So I cannot have Kamari wearing sunglasses yet. But
this is the best question, though. This time, as well as Lalafell, the fact of Shook that the dwarfs are barbarians in the first world has become clear. However, I think that the barbarian was really decided by the Galamar Empire. But there's no Galamar Empire in the first world. Lalafells are the best.
Lalafells are barbarians. They are beastmen. They are worse than potatoes. I don't know. So in Japanese, the barbarian in Japanese.
Yeah. Do you feel welcome when you visit the village of the dwarfs in Lalafell? But you guys don't wear a helmet. You guys don't wear a helmet, right? There's also possibility that you might think
hold on, Chille. We need to figure out what they're actually saying here instead of just reading this bad translation, okay?
Well, I think it's saying that you guys don't... Basically, they all wear helmets to cover the faces, so the fact you're not going there with a helmet is probably considered disrespectful.
But if they realize that you're actually not from this area, maybe it'll be a little bit different.
Remember, they've lived in isolation, and the beast tribes, chances are they're just going to think that you're threatening them. They don't know what you are or where you came from. So, I feel like I actually think that if you turn up there without a helmet on, that'll be a requirement for a quest.
Do you have to get a dwarf helmet?
No, just any sort of helmet.
And a beard. So you have to wear the Santa hat with a beard. That's what it is.
No, I don't think you'll have to wear a beard. You just have to wear a helmet.
But they're never seen without their beards, Chille.
Yeah. So. But no, I really think that'll be a requirement to actually unlock the beast tribe.
We'll see.
It could be a glamored helmet.
No,
yeah.
They said there's a possibility that the dwarves are going to have quests. It's not confirmed yet because it says, will there also be beastman quests for the dwarves? And he says there's a possibility.
Well, they're considered one of the 3 beastman tribes, so.
They're divided into several factions, so they could fight between each other. Yeah. So there could be quests that you have to help one against the other.
Yeah.
So it's possible.
Yeah. Well, yeah, every beast tribe's been like that, really, hasn't it? So.
That's true.
So yeah, I feel like that's most of the good stuff.
I don't even know what this question is asking. What is debet?
What is that?
Debet has been announced. Can the player use it? What is that? I don't know what they're asking there. So we'll skip that one. So is the art of of Eden a land of nothing? He goes, how about that? Maybe it's moss and leaves.
Mm-hmm. Just like...
Or a sprout.
Time compression, where it was all flowers.
So with previous expansions, we got things like flight and underwater travel. What do we get this time? Right now, we concentrate on the experience of painting the world of darkness, or the world in darkness. The rest is simply more than weightlessness. So maybe it's a good time to go to the moon then? In 7.0 confirmed?
Oh, he did say 7.0, the moon.
Yeah, in the keynote, they joked about 7.0.
I mean, he said it too many times that it's gonna have to happen. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and
it's always 7.0 that he jokes about as well.
Yeah, and that's coming up soon. I mean, that's only 4 years away.
Yeah,
we're going to the moon in 4 years, folks.
I mean, Final Fantasy 11's getting support till 2022, so
that's the year we're going to the moon.
To the moon.
Actually, no, it'd be 23, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
We'll learn about it in 2022 in Vegas.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm guessing the moon would be like a raid. We're gonna raid the moon. We're raiding on the moon. I've got my loot too.
All right.
We're raiding on the moon.
And we'll just go ahead and call it at that. How's that sound?
Yeah.
That was a lot of
information.
information.
Feel like we covered more than they did at their own live.
Yeah, and we did it in less time.
Go team.
Yes. We did get some comments and emails. We had it actually wasn't an email. It was actually a comment on the webpage from Shinra Corps of Zalera. I just wanted to let you all know that my sons and I really appreciate your hard work towards putting this show together, and we look forward to all future shows. I've used my passion for Final Fantasy to help my children better their reading and understanding of what they read. Sayer's lore keeps my oldest son's questions to a minimum, and he always looks forward to that segment of your show. As for my other son, he always enjoys hearing about lava scorpions.
Yay!
Anyways, to make things short, we appreciate all you do. Thank you. Sincerely, Shinra Corps. So thank you very much. We really do appreciate when you guys email us or respond on the website or just tell us, hey, thank you for what you do. We appreciate hearing those little bits. It really brightens my day.
That makes us smile.
Yeah. When I got this email, I had to write back right away saying thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you, Shinra Corps.
And also from Edge Odin Blast on Twitter. Just caught up with Phoenix Sound Radio episode 90, a little bit behind. Great lore section. Also at Chille, Super Lava Scorpion. Ha-ha.
Yes. Maybe I'll continue the lore of that sometime.
The
Expand it.
lure of the Super
The
Lava
lure.
Scorpion.
The lure is the super lava scorpion
So yeah,
that carries the crystals on his back.
yeah. So, well, I think that's going to do it for this episode then, guys. If you liked what you heard, please make sure to like, subscribe, or follow us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, or whatever your favorite podcatcher is. And if possible, leave us a rating or review. It helps people find our show and helps us to grow in the community. If you really dig the show, you could consider subscribing here at twitch.tv/PhoenixDownRadio. If you have Amazon Prime, you do get a free Twitch Prime sub that you can use on your favorite streamer if it's not us. Or if you do really enjoy what we're doing, we would appreciate you using that sub on us because it does help us to unlock more emotes for you guys. Or if you want to support us out on Patreon at patreon.com/PhoenixDownRadio, like our friend Aurori Fenrir, any proceeds we get from those help to grow the show, covers a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff, and allows us to do some giveaways. Like in the future, we'll probably be giving away some Aerith minions, maybe a Fat Cat mount. Who knows?
Ooh.
You know, some stuff coming ahead. So any support we get helps us to do fun stuff like that for you guys. But no matter what type of support you give us, whether it's likes, retweets, emails, follows, whatever, we really appreciate it because we love hearing from you guys. And you're the reason we do this. So thank you. If you want to catch up on all of our show news, our back catalog, and things like that, you can go check out our website, phoenixdownradio.com. You can email us questions or anything like that, podcast@phoenixdownradio.com. We're available out on Twitter at PHXDNRadio, and then as well as live here most days at twitch.tv/PhoenixDownRadio. Chille, you have some shout outs?
Yeah, I want to shout out to She Heals I Tank. Twitch.tv/She Heals. I also want to shout out to Work the Game for allowing me on the show recently. Go check out them out YouTube, Work the Game. Also shout out to Maelstrom Radio and the Dumbra FC on Gilgamesh.
The Dumbra FC?
Dumbra. Look, I'm tired, okay? Umbra FC on Gilgamesh.
It's late for Chille.
Also, shout out to Maelstrom Radio, Pete's new, because he wants to be called Pete now, Pete's new series. It covers a lot of really serious topics, so I would recommend giving it a look when it goes live. I think it's going live on Monday.
Yeah, follow Maelstrom
so
Radio.
So please give him some love.
Know when that goes live. We'll be retweeting that when we see it.
Yeah. But apart from that, just a shout out to Klauss. Thanks for doing this. And shout out to everyone in chat. Aurori, Elevator Doors, Kane, all the cool people.
Everybody.
Nihilistic Nerd, Way,
Luna,
Cretin, Stay Hydrated Bot, Luna.
Yeah, it's all about that Stay Hydrated bot.
Oh, what's that? Stay hydrated. Okay.
And how can they get a hold of you,
folks?
Chille, how can they get a hold of you?
Oh, you can contact me at mgr_Chille or ben.chillebehole@psu.com.
And I also want to shout out to my friend Chille here. Thank you so much for joining me tonight and keeping me company as we discuss all the things. Shout out to Kane and Nick Nar, who are going to be joining me at Detour this coming weekend. Looking forward to an amazing time with some amazing friends at an amazing con. I said amazing a lot there, didn't I?
I think you did.
Shout out.
The con is called
Anime Detour.
Good, because I nearly said Distant Worlds.
No, that was the concert I went to at the beginning of the month with Yelta.
Yeah, twitch.tv says PSU Live, you're right, Kane. That's my Twitch channel.
And shout out to, like I said, everyone joining us live at Twitch. Shout out to everybody listening out on the podcast. Shout out to Sarah. Hope you are enjoying Cirque du Soleil. Shout out to Luna. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hope everything is going well.
I scared her away with the daddies.
Daddy.
Oh, daddy.
And if you want to get a hold of me, you can follow me on Twitter at PHXDN_KLAUSS. So, for my co-host Chille, I am Klaus Nightbringer, wishing everybody a wonderful evening. Thanks for stopping by. Take care.
Phoenix Down Radio is a production of PhoenixDownRadio.com and Illusion Productions. Final Fantasy XIV and Eorzea are trademarks of Square Enix. In-game content for Phoenix Down Radio is the copyright of Square Enix. Opening music for Phoenix Down Radio is provided by Guilty Gear Rock You. Check out the Metal Chocobo theme cover and many other music videos at youtube.com/Guilty Gear Rock You. Closing music for this episode is provided by Guitar Wanker 90. Please check out their full version of Matoya's Cave and other rock video game covers at youtube.com/Guitar Wanker 90. The views and opinions expressed in this episode are those of Phoenix Down Radio and its hosts and do not reflect the views of Square Enix.